Wealth After 50 presents the top 5 reasons not to pay off your mortgage. You know that one piece of financial advice you've all heard your entire lives? Pay off your house as fast as you can. It's the key to financial freedom. What if that's one of the biggest financial mistakes you could make? It goes against everything your parents and every money guru on TV has ever told you. But look at some of the wealthiest people out there, the ones who could buy entire city blocks with their pocket change. Why do wealthy people so often choose to take on mortgage debt when they could easily pay cash? It's not because they can't afford it. It's because they know a secret about money that most people never learn. From day one, you're taught a specific way to think about money. Get a good job, avoid debt like the plague, and pour every spare penny into paying off your 30-year mortgage. Your home is your greatest asset, right? Get your house paid off, and you'll be secure in retirement. It's a solid plan for comfort, but not the one that can build real wealth. Every extra payment you send to the mortgage company does one thing. It gets trapped in the walls of your house. Sure, your net worth on paper inches up. You owe less. But what is that money actually doing for you? Nothing. It's not earning you a dime. It's not generating income. It's dead. You should see a paid-off house not as a symbol of security, but as an underperforming asset. This shift in thinking is the first and most critical step. It isn't about the comfort of owning a home free and clear. It's about the opportunity cost of that comfort. The real cost of paying off your house isn't the mortgage interest. The real cost is the opportunity you lose while your money is sleeping in your walls. Let's put it this way. Paying off your mortgage is like deciding to walk from New York to Los Angeles. It's a long, grueling journey. You feel like you're making progress with every step, but it takes forever. Leveraging debt is like taking a high-speed train that gets to the same destination in a fraction of the time. Imagine two farmers, Farmer A and Farmer B. Each is given one magic seed that's guaranteed to grow into a fruit-bearing tree. Farmer A takes his seed, plants it, and cares for it. Over many years, it grows into a magnificent tree that provides for his family. He's proud. He owns his tree 100% outright. Farmer B has a different idea. He takes his magic seed not to the soil, but to the market. He tells 4 other farmers, "My magic seed is guaranteed to work. Let me use it as collateral to get a loan from the seed bank for 4 regular seeds. You can plant them on my land, and for the privilege, you just have to give me a small cut of your harvest." Now, Farmer B has 5 trees growing instead of 1. Yes, he has a debt to the seed bank. But while Farmer A is collecting fruit from his 1 tree, Farmer B is getting a piece of the harvest from 5 trees. That's the mindset difference. You might be asking, how do I get rid of this debt? But you should be asking, what's my return on this borrowed money? If you can borrow money from a bank at a 6% interest rate to buy something you expect will give you a 12% return, you should do that all day, every day. It's not about the debt itself. It's about the profitable gap, the spread, between what the money costs and what it can earn. This brings you to the fundamental secret that separates the rich from everyone else. You need to stop seeing debt as one big scary monster. You should split it into 2 very different categories: good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is what you know and hate. It's borrowing money to buy stuff that either loses value or makes no money. That credit card you used for vacation. The loan for that new car that lost 10% of its value the second you drove it home. Financing a giant TV, that's all bad debt. It makes you poorer. This is the debt you should attack and destroy. Good debt is the complete opposite. Good debt is money you borrow to buy an asset that goes up in value, or pays you an income, or hopefully both. Think of a mortgage on a rental property that a tenant is paying for, or a loan to expand a business that's already making money. You're using someone else's money to make more money for yourself. If you've been taught to fear all debt, you lump them together. You must learn to master good debt. You should see it as leverage, a force multiplier. You shouldn't be scared of $1 million mortgage because that mortgage is tied to a property that could be worth $2 million in a decade, all while a tenant is chipping away at that loan for you. It's moving from a defensive game of fear to an offensive game of strategy. Let's run the numbers. This is where you see the strategy in action. Meet 2 investors, Cash Charles and Leverage Lisa. Both are smart, disciplined savers, and each has scraped together $200,000 to invest in real estate. This is where their stories take a sharp turn. Path A. Cash Charles follows the advice he's always heard. He hates debt. He wants the peace of mind of owning his investment outright. He finds a nice single-family home for $200,000 and buys it with cash. Your investment, $200,000. The house rents for $1,800 a month. After subtracting property taxes, insurance, and setting aside some cash for maintenance, let's say $600 a month, your net cash flow is $1,200 per month. That's $14,400 per year. Your cash-on-cash return is a respectable 7.2%. You'd probably call that a win. But now, let's see what you could do as Lisa. Path B. Like Leverage Lisa, you think like the rich. You see your $200,000 not as the purchase price, but as a down payment. It's a tool to control the largest amount of income-producing real estate possible. You use your $200,000 to put 20% down on 5 identical houses, each priced at $200,000. Your investment, $200,000, $40,000 down on 5 houses. Your debt, $800,000, 5 mortgages of $160,000 each. Assets you control, $1 million. Each of your 5 houses rents for $1,800 a month, giving you a total monthly income of $9,000. Of course, your expenses are higher. You have the same costs as Charles, but for 5 properties. So, 5 times $600 equals $3,000 per month. And you have mortgages to pay. Let's say a $160,000 loan at 6.5% interest cost about $1,011 per month. For 5 houses, that's $5,055. Your total monthly expenses are $3,000 plus $5,055 equals $8,055. Your net cash flow is $9,000 minus $8,055 equals $945 per month. That's $11,340 per year. Wait, you might be thinking Cash Charles won this round. He's pocketing more cash each year than you are as Leverage Lisa. And if you only look at cash flow, you're right. But your strategy as Lisa has just unlocked 4 hidden wealth accelerators that Charles completely missed. Wealth accelerator number 1, appreciation. Let's use a conservative long-term average appreciation of 4% per year. Charles' single $200,000 house appreciates by $8,000 in the first year. As Lisa, you control $1 million worth of real estate. A 4% appreciation on your portfolio is $40,000. You made 5 times more wealth from appreciation, using the exact same amount of your own money. Wealth accelerator number 2, loan paydown. Charles has no loan, so he gets nothing here. As Lisa, you have 5 loans. And with every rent check that comes in, your tenants are paying down your debt. In the first year alone, your tenants will pay down roughly $10,500 of your loan principal across all 5 properties. That's pure equity being created for you, paid for by someone else. Wealth accelerator number 3, tax benefits. This is a big one. As an investor, you can deduct expenses. But as Lisa, you have 5 times the deductions. More importantly, you get to deduct the mortgage interest you paid. Even better, you get to claim depreciation on 5 buildings. Depreciation is a phantom expense, where the IRS lets you deduct for the wear and tear on a building, even while its market value is actually going up. This can drastically lower your taxable income, sometimes making that cash flow legally tax-free. Charles only gets to do this once. Wealth accelerator number 4, inflation hedging. As Lisa, you just locked in $800,000 of debt in today's dollars. As inflation chugs along for the next 30 years, your rents will likely rise, and the value of your properties will rise. But your main cost, that fixed mortgage payment of $5,055, will stay exactly the same. You get to pay back your giant loan with future cheaper dollars. It's an inflation cheat code. Fast forward 5 years. Charles's investment is worth about $243,000 plus his cash flow. Lisa's portfolio is worth over $1.2 million. Even after you subtract her remaining loan balance, her net worth from the investment is over $470,000 plus her cash flow. The difference is staggering. That's the power of leverage. The 5 big reasons this works. So the case study shows you how it works, but now you need to understand why. This isn't just a fluke. It's a strategy built on 5 powerful ideas. Reason 1, cash is power. You must understand that having cash ready to go is everything. Why? Because great opportunities don't wait around for you to sell a house. By financing properties, you keep your capital liquid. If the stock market dips or a perfect property pops up, you can pounce. If your cash is trapped in a house, you're house rich but cash poor. You must always prioritize flexibility. Reason 2. Smart leverage. Leverage just means using other people's money, the banks, to make money for yourself. When you put down $40,000 to control a $200,000 asset, every 1% that house appreciates is a 5% return on your actual cash. It magnifies your gains and is how you can build a fortune so much faster. Reason 3. The tax code. The tax code is a playbook. The tax code isn't just about paying your share. It's a set of incentives from the government. It rewards you for doing things they want, like providing housing. Deductions for mortgage interest and depreciation are direct rewards for investing in real estate. You shouldn't see taxes as just a burden. You should see the tax code as a rulebook for building wealth. Reason 4. Beating inflation. A long-term, fixed-rate mortgage is one of the best inflation hedges out there. Your biggest cost is locked in for 30 years, while your income, rent, and asset value inflate over time. It's a powerful, passive wealth builder, but it isn't without risk. It relies on the property holding its value and rents keeping up. Reason 5. The velocity of money. The real endgame isn't just to own 5 houses. It's to create a money machine. In a few years, when your properties have gone up in value, you can do a cash-out refinance. You borrow against your new equity, pull your original investment money back out, which isn't taxed as income because it's a loan, and use that same $200,000 to go buy another set of properties. You are rinsing and repeating, using the same dollars over and over to grow your portfolio. You might be thinking, but what about all that risk? Well, anyone who says this is risk-free is lying. But you shouldn't avoid risk. You should learn how to manage it. What about the risk of debt? You manage this by buying the right asset. You buy properties that generate positive cash flow from day one. If the rent covers all your costs with money left over, you have a business, not a gamble. And you keep cash reserves for repairs, which you can do if you follow the Lisa model, because you didn't dump all your cash into one property. Over-leveraging is the real danger. Smart leverage is the tool. What if the market crashes? A crash only destroys you if you're forced to sell at the bottom. If you have positive cash flow, you can afford to hold on and ride out the storm. For a smart investor, a market crash is a fire sale, and because you kept your cash liquid, you're one of the few who can go shopping. But being a landlord is a nightmare. Being a landlord is a job. Building a real estate business is about creating a system. You don't have to be the one fixing the toilets. You hire a professional property manager. The 8-10% fee they charge is a business expense that buys you your time and freedom, so you can focus on finding the next deal. Ultimately, you have a choice. You can follow the path that's been paved for you. You can pour your life's savings into one house, treating it like a piggy bank with a roof, and spend the next 30 years working to pay it off. And there is a real sense of security in that. Or you can start to think differently. You can learn to separate the good debt that builds wealth from the bad debt that drains it. You can use powerful tools like leverage and tax advantages to build a portfolio of assets, a system that works for you so you don't have to work forever. A paid-off house might make you feel secure, but a portfolio of cash-flowing real estate that pays for your life, grows while you sleep, and can provide for your family for generations to come. That's what makes you truly free. Shift your mindset from clearing debt to creating income. Invest in things that pay you. And remember, it's never too late to grow your wealth after 50.